Now, as soon as I go live, the dog is going in. I'm gonna do TD Jakes. Yeah, we gonna get into TD Jakes. All right, welcome back. How y'all doing? Just dropping a number of videos in Detroit. We got a mayor election coming up, the primary. I do predict that Mary Sheffield probably is going to win because she got backing and a lot of money behind her. Mm. I mean, I like Mary Sheffield. I do. I really don't care for her dad too much. But we just gonna talk about, and this gonna be another quick video since I'm in Detroit. Just what's going on with some of the mayoral candidates. Detroit mayoral candidate Reverend Solomon Kinlock Jr. pleaded guilty to assaulting his first wife in 1993. I didn't realize this was his first wife. Detroit mayor candidate pleaded guilty assaulting his first wife in a couple's Southfield apartment in 1993. He was placed on 12 months of probation. Kinlock, who's 51, was 20 at the time. The couple divorced in 2004, and he has since remarried. Kinlock operates 7 churches in southeast Michigan with a membership of 40,000 families. Wow. Wow. And he thinks that he can be a mayor and go preach every Sunday. You don't know what's going to rise. I don't see that happening at all. Mm-mm. No, I don't. According to Southfield Police officers' court testimony at the preliminary examination, Kinlock allegedly threw a glass at his wife, threatened her with a knife, and eventually struck her in the back of the head with a handle of a weapon. I'm sorry, that's not funny. According to the officer who responded to the scene, Kinlock's wife was bleeding from a cut on her hand, had scratches on her face, and was unable to walk due to injuries sustained from the thrown glass. Kinlock was originally charged with felony assault before pleading guilty to a lesser charge of assault and battery. He was sentenced to 12 months of probation. A campaign spokesperson issued the following statement. More than 30 years ago, as 19-year-old Pastor Kinlock made a mistake. He's never attempted to hide it or run from it. Right, and this was a long time ago. But when you run from office, they bring out everything. It was discussed as part of his ministry and used it to help put countless others on a path to redemption. Pastor Kinlock preaches about second chances, forgiveness, accepting that no one is perfect. Political rivals bringing this 30-year incident up while people are voting is politics. But we will remain focused on delivering for Detroit, investing in neighborhoods, not just downtown, attacking poverty, and creating opportunity for all Detroiters. And you don't even live in Detroit, haven't lived in Detroit. Then we have Bishop Charles Ellis had to come out about an affair, but that's going to be under not different topic. I'm not going to talk about that. Then we got Chantel Jenkins. I like Chantel Jenkins, and I wish I could say she had a fair chance of winning Detroit mayor, but I don't think she's going to win. But she said she'll keep Detroit police chief if she's elected mayor. Betson as police chief and is open to working with some other candidates, possibly in her administration of primaries on August 5th. In a wide-ranging interview on podcast Detroit in Black and White, she spoke with host Adolph Mongo, who is a political strategist, Vanessa Moss, and Alan Lingo about cutting red tape for new existing businesses, dealing with big business in the city, the skyrocketing cost of car insurance. Well, I thought Gretch and Big Gretch was supposed to be cutting that, but I can't tell. I cannot tell at all. Cuts in revenue from Washington, gun violence, and more. Detroit Free Press to offer buyouts again in money saving measure. And the truth of the matter, people don't read newspapers no more. They go on the internet. Everything is on the internet. So newspaper is something of the old. Detroit Free Press, which has offered multiple buyouts over the years, has seen its staff shrink. And they're stating that employees must notify management of their intent to accept the offer by July 30th and work through September 5th. Gannon added that it reserves the right to accept or reject an employee's request for the buyout. Gannon's chief communication officer issued the following statement. As Gannon continues to focus on revenue growth, we are proactively making strategic decisions to embrace innovation, which includes leveraging automation and realize efficiency and adapt to improve while recognizing the value of our employees. All companies doing that, including mine. Given our strategic revenue trends, we need to adjust our organization to effectively meet the needs of our business today and position ourselves for substantial growth in the future as we continue to use AI and leverage automations to improve efficiencies. As we make progress toward achieving these goals, we have decided to offer a voluntary servitude package to eligible employees. So now they got new plans to end a joint operating agreement at the end of the year. The JOA in place for 36 years has combined the business operation of two papers to reduce costs. The joint operating agreement is set to officially end in December, leaving employees at both newspapers with increased uncertainty about the future of publications. The Free P, the Free P newspaper has about 100 employees. Eric Lawrence, parents of Detroit Newspaper Guild, tells Deadline Detroit, we're not going to prevent people from taking it. We still have questions, obviously. Dan Gilbert, Rocket Companies lays off 2% of their workforce after Redfin acquisition. Detroit based Rocket Companies has laid off 2% of its 14,000 plus workforce. Wow. Following the Redfin acquisition, we carefully reviewed our combined structure, identified overlapping roles, and made a difficult decision to streamline teams. These decisions weren't made lightly, they reflect changes needed to build a focused organization for the future. Activists state to investigate candidate Kinlock's voter registration. So he's saying that that's pure nonsense. In an email shared with Deadline Detroit, Davis wrote Wednesday to the Michigan Secretary of State and the Michigan Attorney General's office, asking them to launch a criminal probe into Kinloch. Specifically, he alleges that Kinloch, who owns a home in Oakland Township, oh, he got a nice house. Oakland Township got the $1 million homes. Oh, he got a nice house. But it's over 40,000 members. Hmm. Fraudulently registered to vote in Detroit at two addresses he never actually lived at in 2004. The city charter requires candidates to reside in Detroit for at least 1 year before filing a run for office. I mean, he's basically a fraudulent resident. They dismiss suggests that Kenlock hasn't lived in the city or that he registered voting properly. He said Kenlock has done everything properly and above board. He also expressed dismay about the media giving allegations any fuel. You now have members of the media participating in Obama birth level style campaign. Kimlock moved into Detroit from Oakland Township in northern Oakland County in March 2024. Davis' email claims that Kinlock first moved to 305 Michigan Avenue, apartment 907, located in the Sonder Gabarine Richer Apartments downtown, which are operated by Marriott Bonvoy and can be rented for a day, a week, month, or more. Wow, that's what they was on to for rent. That wow. Wow. He then allegedly moved to 330 Gratiot Avenue, apartment 1501, a condo owned and operated by his brother, Wayne County Commissioner Jonathan Kinlock. I did not know that was that man's brother. In February this year, he moved to an apartment next door to his brother's, Davis' email says. Pastor Kinlock's sudden moves are suspicious and questionable, especially considering Michigan laws that define residency. The letter cites Michigan election law on residence, which defines it as a place which a person habitually sleeps, keeps his or her personal effects, and has a regular place of lodging. If a person has a residence separate from that of his or her spouse, that place at which the person resides the greater part of the time shall be his or her official residence to this act. Then we got the FBI is investigating Detroit Judge Andrea Baskin. This is her. And normally I don't just report on her, but it was so much going on. They said she exploited a vulnerable individuals in probate court system, including seniors and those with disabilities, citing a sealed federal search warrant. So it got a seal. She must be cooperating. The investigation was underway before she was elected last November to the bench. Oh, hmm. FBI agents have seized more than 580,000 in recent weeks while raiding multiple locations across Metro Detroit, according to records obtained by the news. Some of the money and records belong to wards of probate court system whose lives are now at risk. Bradley, 45, declined to comment to the news. Her father, Avery Bradley, did not respond to messages. Bradley Baskins is a graduate of Detroit Mercy School of Law. She currently serves as general counsel for the 36th District Court. Prior to this role, she was administrative law judge for the state of Michigan and the city of Detroit. Was a law clerk to Governor Granholm, and she founded a law firm. She is also a Justin Professor of Law at U of Detroit Mercy School of Law. Now, then the AG Dana Haskell She helps lead national push for block ICE from wearing masks. I don't give. Hey, therapy, how you doing? Hey, Money Low. I'm doing Detroit and Michigan news now. I already read my portion of the book. I'm just dropping as many videos as I can today. I don't give a damn if ICE wear mask or not. I really don't. Just as long as they get them up out of here. But she said, we write to urge you to consider advanced legislation that would generally prohibit federal immigration agents from wearing masks that conceal their identity and requiring them to show their identification and agency identifying signal, the attorneys wrote. Which I don't have a problem with that. They should show who they are. I'm not even going to read off into that. So now it's an article about two mayoral candidates who moved into the city. I do believe, what's her name? Mary Sheffield gonna win, but so they saying that Tom Perkins and Reverend Kenlock just recently moved to the city, and you have to be in the city for a year before you can become run for mayor. Kenlock became a registered voter in Detroit in March 2024, and I don't believe he left Oakland Township. Oakland Township is where the $1 million homes at. So, since returning to Detroit, Kenlock's address has changed multiple times, and I just thought about that. Perkins sold his home in Grosse Pointe Shores in late 2023 and moved back to Detroit. He said he currently resides in a two-family that he grew up in Detroit's North End. He runs a law firm, Perkins Law. And did he really sell his house in Grosse Pointe Shores? Because that's another $1 million neighborhood. Perkins said, while I am confident I will be the next mayor of the city of Detroit, I will remain in this home. I recognize that my city needs me in any capacity, and it will be my goal to bring back as many Detroiters who left and others will pledge allegiance to the spirit of Detroit. The city needs leadership, and I will give all that I have to it. So, yes, I will stay. Hmm. So, the Michigan Chronicle, it looks like they endorsed Mary Sheffield and Shantae Jenkins, which I like Shantae, but I don't think she's gonna win. And I'm not even gonna read this article at all. Adolph Mongo, the media, and the black church is an important in this race, right? Because we got a reverend running, and he's saying the black church played major roles in Detroit's mayoral election. It has. In '73, it made between Coleman Young and Councilman Mel Rabbits. I went to school with Mel Rabbit's son. He lived downtown. Well, sure did. The black church, not just a religious institution, but a vital political, social, and cultural force in African American life, rallied to get out the vote for Young in both the primary and general election. The work paid off. Young was elected the city's first black mayor. Ain't been another mayor like Mayor Young since. He got rid of stress. They used to beat up the black folks. They used to drive in fours in a car, white folk, and beat up the black folk all the time. And Mayor Young got rid of all that. Churches have fallen far short, providing little guidance and shedding even less light on the ever important election issues. And unfortunately, even when the media weighs in, it often misses the mark. For example, focus on issues such as residency for Reverend Kinlock should not be an issue. Yes, he lived in the suburbs, but he moved into the city with his wife. Believe me, the media spent time digging through the records before confirming that. Interestingly, the media never really dug very deeply into the residence of Mike Dugan and Dave Bean, even though they wives never officially moved into the city. Damn, I didn't even know that. Adolph Mongo, I went to school with his nephews. He's a strategist, political strategist, and I'm not gonna read no more of that. But the black church has always played a major role in how people, black folk, voted. So they saying that Lieutenant Governor Garcia Gilchrist is running for governor. I don't think he'll win because I don't know if he did anything. They don't talk about him very much, and I'm not reading that. He got endorsements though from the news, State Senator Paul Wango, Brenda Carter of Pontiac, Kimberly Edwards of East Point, Morgan Foreman of Pittsburgh Township, Peter Herzberg of Westland, Donovan McKinney of Detroit, Cynthia Millie of Flint, Amos O'Neill of Saginaw. So he got 11 endorsements. Detroit Free Press endorses Mary Schofield. She has the visions and the skills. We believe Mary Schofield has the skills and vision to lead Detroit in the future. Sheffield's plans are the clearest and most concise in her performance as council president, so she has the ability to bring her ideas to fruition. And I'm not going to read no more, but she got that endorsement from the Free Press. Okay, now, what they, oh, I want to get through, what they, oh, I got to do, oh, shit. Oh, oh, I said I was going to do Charles Ellis later. Okay. Oh, that's Umar Johnson. Hold on, I got a couple more articles, but I might be done. Let's hold on a minute. Give me 1 minute. Oh, I'm about to hit on that Epstein stuff. Hello, I'm live, so you on camera.
Did you see that new thing that Amazon rolling out
What with the robots?
with the drone to deliver packages?
Mm-hmm. Did they start it yet? It ain't gonna work.
It started to
Oh, okay, here we go. Auto supplier Detroit Axle to cut 102 jobs and close the Ferndale Warehouse citing Trump's tariffs. That's bullshit. They moved. Remember, they done tore down the factory and everything and moved all them jobs to Mexico in the late 90s, early 2000s. I know plenty of people that lost their job at that plant. So now they signing tariffs. That's bullshit. Oh shit. Let me see what else I got. And that's gonna go on my union stuff. Well, they must gonna have pilot areas. They got pilot areas. Hello?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
They doing the ones that out here in Troy, Bloomfield, West Bloomfield Hill, stuff like that.
Oh, they doing it here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna cut down on jobs. I better find me something else.
I just see you on Instagram. Look at it. It's supposed to
I
have
can't look at it now. I'm live.
service Ivy Hill, Bloomfield Hill, West Bloomfield, Troy.
But they doing it all in the suburbs. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't deliver to no apartment buildings.
And it take an hour for you to get your delivery.
We're gonna see how that work out. Them packages gonna be everywhere. Well, that's gonna be less contract. Yeah, it's time for me to start signing and find me something else to do. Okay, so Michigan Attorney General Dana Nelson leads multi-state level battle against Trump over withheld funds for AmeriCorps. An expansion of the lawsuit that now includes the White House Office of Management and Budget as defendant Nelson and 23 other attorney generals alongside governors of Kentucky and Pennsylvania argued that administration's acting blatantly ignore not only a court order but also Congress appropriation mandates. The beef between the OMB decided to play keep away with sizable treasure chest meant for a community service program operated by AmeriCorps to be at risk. So there was a court order for them to release those funds for AmeriCorps. AmeriCorps plays a big part in national and state community service efforts, throwing support to over 200,000 Americans who roll up their sleeves for their neighborhoods each year. Oh, those like those people who go around and paint your house and they allow for the improvement of public spaces, health service for nearly 18,000 individuals, and academic support for 63,000 youth. Terminating these grants as outlined in the lawsuits means squeezing the life out of essential programs, including those that assist in disaster recovery efforts, like Michigan's response to the March 2025 ice storm. It suggested that the OMB is sitting on more than 38 million that was earmarked for AmeriCorps initiative, including senior companion programs. Well, now we ain't got to fund no senior companion programs. I mean, that's and foster grandparent programs. Well, we do need that. Am I gonna keep this article? No. Let me delete this. No, I ain't gonna keep that. So what time is it? Oh, I got to get. I'm gonna start getting ready at 2 o'clock. I guess. See if Diane gonna get up, Chicago.
Oh yeah, but
to work. Shoot, you can barely find work now.
Literally.
Hmm. I'm talking about for Amazon.
I know, that's all I was gonna say. Why you ain't do Spark?
That's true therapy. They deactivated me. I didn't send them insurance. All right, you right about that therapy. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment.